David4d4d here, and I'm going to be looking at the Phase 2 Geonosis um, ship content. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to come down, if it will let me, come on, and I'm going to place my platoons. Now, I looked earlier, I don't believe there's any platoons that affect the ship's part of the game in particular for these TBs, territory battles. So I'm going to go straight into combat missions after this, and I'm going to try to show those off in the best light. I'm sorry about the lag. My we're not doing Squadron 1. Squadron 3 through 4. Let's see, I need to place my consular and clone sergeant. So there's my clone sergeant, and there's my consular, and Squadron 3 here. We used a Discord app that tells us exactly where things need to be placed. Then in Squad 4, I don't believe I placed nothing. Okay. Then Squadron 5. See here, in Squadron 5, I'm going to place my IG-2000, my Ray's Millennium Falcon, my Ebon Hawk, my Rex's ARC, and my Umbaran Starfighter. So these Phase 2 ships aren't too bad, though you do need a couple of rare ships. You need a couple of Emperor Shuttles and Ebon Hawks. Those are probably the rare things right now. You need a lot more of those for later. Then here I just placed my B-28 bomber. I think I have the only one really in Cover Me Porkins. So those are just, and here's the Squadron 2 platoons in case you're wondering. So fortunately for me, that saved me most of my Darkside ships. I don't really need my B-28 bomber. Everything else was light side. So see, this right here requires executrix. Dang it, that's why I was wanting. Then this requires event units, Chimera. Oh, does that come with one or is that required? I'm a little confused. Okay. So let's try this one here. Sorry about the loading, guys, again. But I have some of the better ships in, I think, out of the whole alliance here. So the goal here is kind of show you what you need. On most of the pilots I'm going to be using here, I probably have gear 11 or 12 on them, and I try my best to make sure I have 5 mods at minimum on all my pilots. I should. I think I have 5 mods on all my characters at this point. Definitely on all my pilots unless I missed something. So Geos to me are better with Executrix because the Executrix speeds them up. The only reason to me you'd want to use the Chimera alongside the Geos is if you realize you need healing. And since I don't know what I'm getting into right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Classic Empire or part of my Classic Empire team here. But in the future, it may be better to use the Geos here, depending on what the Vulture Droid exactly does. But let's go in here. I'm going to put in the Houndstooth. Then I'm going to scroll down, and I like to use the TIE Fighter alongside TIE Advanced. Hopefully that's not a bad move. And then I could use Xanadu Blood instead. Yeah, let's use Xanadu Blood instead of TIE Fighter. It's not a bad move. And then I'm not used to Xanadu Blood, but it has some AoE and it deals a good bit of damage. I don't have its abilities as maxed out as I do on the TIE Fighter, which is the downside. I'm going to put TIE Reaper in because it has a Dispel ability. Since I'm not using TIE Fighter, I'm not going to use the Scimitar. I'm going to use Slave 1, and I like the First Order TIE Fighter just because it does a good bit of damage and I have its reinforcement maxed out. I consider Gauntlet if I had Gauntlet up more, but I don't have much practice with it, and considering how tough we've seen GOTB to be, I'm not sure it's the best. So we have this event unit here. No, it's not showing me what it does. But let's go in and see how this works out for us. Hopefully it does some good. Doing some more loading. So my goal here is for Houndstooth to just soak everything up, hopefully, while I'm getting out damage with the other two, calling in some good reinforcements. I'll probably call in the Vulture Droid first, unless I really need a taunt or dispel just to see what the Vulture Droid does. And it's built for this event, so I'm assuming it does some good things. If I need a dispel, the TIE Reaper is going to be my call. It gets bonuses alongside Chimera and will decrease the turn meter of the other capital ship anyhow. If I need a taunt, Slave 1's going to be the call. Okay. So let's put this down on Rex. Hopefully that goes through. Doesn't. It did not put Breach down. But that's why I got Xanadu. Xanadu put some Breach down, fortunately. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, I got some Breach down. That's good. That's good. Let's call in this heal and give some buffs. I don't want my TIE Advance dying. That's a lot of damage. Let's do a Dispel here, get that Valor off. Then I can get... Okay, almost got that guy off. If I can kill that guy, have a better chance here. Okay. Looks like Houndstooth is doing a lot for me here. This is really good. They don't have anything, it seems like, to handle Houndstooth. So taking a Houndstooth seems like a good call. And you probably want another Bounty Hunter with Breach to take alongside it. Okay, now that's... I just killed my one guy with Breach, though. That's a negative for me. Let's call in Vulture Droid. Okay. So I saw this Buzz Droid effect. Essentially, it ensures the next hit's a critical, which is nice. Clone Surgeon doesn't seem to be doing a lot. Let's do this ability right here. Flicks 3 Buzz Droids. Okay, nice. Okay, still soaking up all the damage right there. That's what I want. And let's go in, kill with Xanadu. Nice. Okay, so these don't seem like too hard to battle. It seemed like here, with this battle in particular, what you needed to be most worried about was the opening salvo. After the opening salvo, so far, this seems to be going really well for me. So you want to make sure, if you go with the lineup I use, you want to make sure you go in with some stuff that has some breach abilities so that your Houndstooth can consistently taunt, and you want to have some good damage. So I still have Xanadu Blood on the field. I have some other stuff that deals damage, so I'm not too worried here. I'm going to try to put Breach here. And then next turn, if I'm still needing I think I'm needing damage at this point. So when I call something in, I'm probably going to call in my first order TIE fighter for the damage in this case. Okay, that damage doesn't seem to be going through anymore. I think I'm going to start attacking Rex. Oh, nope. That got it off him. Okay. Okay. So, come on. Reinforcement ability. Okay. I'm waiting on this to load. It's lagging out. Okay. There we are. So I'm needing damage at the moment. So I'm going to call in this guy. Flicks target lock and gives all my allies 15% turn meter. So that's a really nice boost. And I can just do its strafe ability as long as there's target lock on the field. On the opposite side. So not too bad. This does it. Yeah, 45,000. That's nothing to scuff at. If it doesn't keep healing. Okay. This guy is dead now, finally. I probably want to kill off Jedi Counselor next. Rex doesn't do too much. It's more the target lock on his basic you want to worry about. Okay, Plo Koon's annoying though. So to me it seems like it's just more very annoying combo of ships. Mace's ultimate is not what I'm worried about right now. My ultimate, on the other hand, this is going to completely heal my Houndstooth, which is good, and kill one of his ships. I think I'm going to kill Plo next just because it's lower on health. Get breach down on someone. Nope, resisted. Oh, but he... Okay, this Vulture droid doesn't seem to be doing too much for me. Please don't kill my TIE fighter. I think I can win this battle without it, but I'm going to be waiting on the ultimate probably. Okay. If I can get breach down though, I prevent him from dying. Because there's not too many AoEs on the Galactic Republic side. And of course they resisted it. Sorry if this is boring. So, let's see. Maybe this can kill him. So, again, at this point, it just feels like having Houndstooth and trying your best to keep the taunt up on Houndstooth is the best you can do. And hope and try and just slugfest through all of this stuff. So I'm going to bring in him. Moves turn meter. I gain turn meter as well, I believe. And then I will bring him in and dispel. So that was a nice little hit. Then next turn with my capital ship is probably going to be a heal as long as my guy here lives. My Imperial TIE Fighter should stay alive, which is fortunate. Let's see, does that inflict breach? Nope. Okay, but I use my strafe ability. Does quite a bit of damage, even though it wasn't a crit. Still a good 37,000. Let's put some buzz droids on. And I'm going to put this on him. Hopefully keep him alive in case he takes a hit. Then I'm going to heal him too. And this will give my whole team more damage and stuff. But I'm pretty sure this battle is in the bag. Now, the next one we want to worry about is the Geo battle. And I use a lot of my good reinforcements in this battle. So, the Geo battle will be a little interesting. The Geos don't have the same sort of survivability. They're more about getting that damage out straight and fast. But we'll see how it goes. Okay. So again, that's the team I use there. I started off with the TIE Advance and stuff, First Order TIE Fighter, but when TIE Advance died, First Order TIE Fighter became my source of damage. Xanadu Blood overall did some good damage. I had the Slave 1 in case I needed another taunt. The need didn't come up for me, but I could see it coming up. Especially if the TIE Advance died early on, it might be something to worry about. But Executrix I find be the better capital ship overall for Geos, which is why I'm using them. But so you want to start off with all three Geos since you don't have the Houndstooth. And then if I had my TIE Slicer better geared, I'd probably use, well, let's see. Let's see. Let me put the TIE Slicer as a reinforcement. I'm using these two as reinforcements just because they're my better ships. Plus the Scimitar provides a false taunt if I need it. It's not too bad. These two ships are ones I consider if I had them better geared. But again, I just don't. I know a little bit. I know the Gauntlet provides a little bit of survivability, so I'm going to bring that in instead. But honestly, either of these two would be decent picks if you have them better geared. This team I'm a little bit more worried about right now. Geos don't have the same amount of survivability, but if they start off with, and I don't have any healing on this team, so this will be interesting to see what happens. Okay, so it could be the negotiator, it could be. Okay, so here I'm worried about Plo causing Umbaran to taunt, but I'm also worried about all the protection and assists that Jedi Consular brings. So Umbaran I'm fine with leaving on the field. It's these two guys I want to worry about. Now, if Plo doesn't cause anyone to taunt on his first turn, then okay. I think I stun Plo. Yeah. And then I come in here and try to shoot down Consular. So let's hopefully hope for some exposes here. If I get exposes, this is going to help out a lot. I didn't. That's not good. I may be able to shoot down Plo. Okay, let's let's go for shooting down Plo. There we are. Okay, so I don't have to worry about Umbaran taunting. I forget if it was, I think it was Mace. So I'm a little worried there, but not too much. So now what I don't want, right now those buffs are going to make him always taunt, but once he dies, that's when my team could, once Sunfect dies, that's when my team here could fall apart. but okay. I wasn't expecting Mace to do so much damage. That's bad. Geospies. Okay. Okay, I'm going to call in TIE Advance for the damage. And if I call in Scimitar next, not TIE Advance, TIE Fighter. If I call in Scimitar next and TIE Fighter's still alive, then TIE Fighter can do a false taunt for me, and TIE Fighter's good have a false taunt on. Okay, hasn't called any reinforcements yet, so that's good news. And I've already killed 2 of his things. This Umbaran's dealing more damage than I thought he would, though. And he takes a little bit more to get through than most ships. I don't know why he's bonus attacking there. And that should have taunt. Okay. Annoying. Of course that attack kills. Okay. So this battle is one I'm a lot more worried about at this point. I'm not sure what I could do different or who I could use where. Because if I had B-28 Bomber and I had Sith Marauder better geared, I may have been able to do something a little different. But right now I have to place my B-28 Bomber because I'm the only one in my guild that has a B-28 Bomber. So I don't have that option even if I wanted it to have a second taunter. I could have put Slave 1 on rather than... Please don't kill him. He killed. Okay. At this point in time, my biggest hope is to just get to target Tarkin's ultimate. It does a whole ton of damage. I'm 2 turns away from it, so I may be able to survive. What I'm going to do here is call in and false taunt and just hope for some massive hits with this false taunt from Retribution. Okay, this isn't looking terrible right now. If I can kill this Clone Sergeant before my Tarkin takes his turn, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with this actually. Actually, right now, I think my Tarkin Ultimate should be able to handle this. Reinforcement being called in, I'm a little worried about the Ultimate not being able to handle it. And it's another clone with taunt. Okay. It's not what I wanted. Okay, what the hope here is just to rely on the ultimate for me. Because I'm not going to win based on my current board state and theirs. Okay, I should be getting the ultimate right now though. And cross fingers. You don't want to be relying on the ultimate though. Okay, that did work. Based on how this turn meter goes and the speed of these ships, I could win this. I'm going to get to call in 1 reinforcement 2 before he calls in his next one. Freaking. Okay. I'm going to call in Slicer. Since he has a stun on his basic, should prove useful right now. The next turn, I'll use the offense up speed boost from Tarkin. Please don't call in a reinforcement right now. Okay. Please don't be a clone. Okay, it's Rex. Not the worst thing in the world. And it's going to miss. So the tough thing in this first phase is going to be the fact you need 2 good ship teams. So if you have 1 good ship team, you might be able to get through, especially if you have the Houndstooth. If you don't have the Houndstooth, it's going to be a lot trickier for you. Houndstooth soaks up a lot of damage, so I think it's going to be absolutely necessary to at least complete one of them to have the Houndstooth. If you don't have the Houndstooth, you're going to need a good Geos team with just good reinforcements. That's my problem with this round, is I haven't had the best reinforcements to go along with them. I think a Sith team may be able to do it, but I don't have a good Sith team to put together. That'd be B-28, Scimitar, Emperor Palpatine Shuttle, TIE Advanced, and TIE Advanced. Did I already say B-28? Yeah. And Sith Fighter. If that's going to be your goal to win. Okay. So I'm close to my next ultimate. I might have the survivability for this. This gives someone 10% protection, I believe. Oh, dang it. He can't get protection. Okay. What do these abilities do? Okay, that grants protection up. That might be good. Okay. I'm going to go with this protection up right now because I just need survivability to make it into the next ultimate. And my TIE Fighter is really the only thing keeping this team together. The stuns are helping with the TIE Silencer. I think I'd probably be doing a better job if I had my crew geared up. That's something I'm regretting at the moment, is not having a well-geared crew. But what can you do? I think this is the only phase, though, where it's required to have 2 teams. So I'm not as worried about future phases. I'll probably just reuse the team I used in the first battle, unless I'm required to have Geos. If I'm required to have Geos, then I'll probably have Houndstooth as a reinforcement. Or if I'm required to have a Geo as a reinforcement, I'd probably use something. I'd use Houndstooth in the starting position alongside Geos. Then probably have, again, TIE Reaper just for the Dispel. Having a Dispel ability is always nice. Likelihood that this one guy can stand up against Tarkin's ultimate's low. So I think I had this. The second battle was a lot harder than the first one. The first one was just slow, tedious, and it went okay. Please kill him. No, you don't have the damage for that. Kill. Probably should have used the special, but okay. So it was possible with a couple of low gear reinforcements, but again, most of my guys, apart from the Gauntlet and the TIE Advance right there, most of those were gear 11, gear 12s. My Geos were all gear 12. My TIE Fighter there was gear 11? No, gear 12. My whole first team was... Most of my pilots are gear 11, gear 12. So it's going to be tricky if you don't have two well-geared Darkside teams. You're going to need both Sunfac and Houndstooth, it feels like. Because not many people have B-28 up. If you can get B-28 up, get them. Because what you need in this is tanks that soak up the damage. If you don't have those tanks that can soak up the damage while your other guys are getting in there, killing these guys, because these guys are super buff, they have a lot of health. That's part of what's making them hard to kill off so quickly, is that these guys have the health. Let's just look at these future rounds. Okay, so that's going to require 2 battles again. And then this only requires 1. So I'm not as worried about the 4th phase, but this phase right here, I'm a little worried. Okay, so that requires me to use Geos. This doesn't have a requirement for me. I'm probably going to use the same 2 teams again, but I'm a little worried about how that Geos team will go, because that didn't end up in my favor too much right there. But I hope that helped. That's what Phase 2 ship's territory looks like, guys. You're going to need to have 2 well-geared Darkside ship teams to get through these. Preferably a Bounty Hunter team and a Geonosians team, it looks like. If I had to guess, a good Sith team may be able to make it through as well. But I hope that helped and gave y'all some inclinations. And remember, there's no buffs that come along with these territories, really. But what you get is what you get with these things. Yeah. These buffs don't go towards it either. Yeah. So I hope that answered everyone's questions about what this ship's territory and Geos Phase 2 looks like. And the teams I personally ended up using to get through them. So good luck to everyone out there. If you have any questions, reach out to me, and I'll try my best to answer them. This is David4d4d signing out. Bye!